Welcome to Mr. D's class, where we're gonna have some fun. Put on your thinking caps now, the party's just begun.
Hi there, welcome to Mr. D's Class Online. I'm still Mr. D, and I'm still your host. Well, for another like 7 or 8 days at least. You can see Miss D, my wife, did not cut my hair. So I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to have hair as long as some of you older girl students when I come back. Do you think that would be nice in September? I can have nice, long, flowing hair. Wonder if you could draw a picture of Mr. D with long hair. How do you think I'd look? Pretty good, I know, but like, I'd like to see maybe an anime version of Mr. D with long hair. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Or maybe like a really fun cartoon version of Mr. D with long hair. I'd like it to be curly and blonde, please. If we're going to be creative, might as well use our imaginations to the full extent. Well, our show is action-packed as always. We have a craft from Ms. D. We have Wellness Wednesdays, so Mr. Duhamel is here to share with us some tips on being well mentally and physically. We have our word family. We have all kinds of stuff to get through today, so let's start where we always start. Miss A is here with our calendar information and our weather information, and we're really excited to hear from her. So Miss A, why don't you tell us what's going on today?
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 7 days are in a week. I like to sing them quiet.
Hey everyone, it is Wednesday, June the 17th. Yesterday was Tuesday, June the 16th, and tomorrow will be Thursday, June the 18th. I will see you again tomorrow. Bye. Hey everyone, it is Wednesday and I'm missing my Blue Jays, but today is going to be a high of 28, so get out there and enjoy yourself and see if you can get close to water. Stay cool. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Why, thank you, Miss A. It's always great to see you. You're looking healthy and happy, especially out in the beautiful sunshine, at least that we've been having the past couple days. I hope it just keeps on going forever. Guess I don't, because I do want it to rain just to help my garden. I don't want to have to water it. I like when the rain waters it. Anyway, Miss B's next up. She has our word family of the day. Wondering how many words you can come up with that are in this word family. I bet you.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It is word family time. So word families are those things that all the words rhyme. We're changing just a few letters in it to make new words. So they're similar spelling. So today's word family is the ing or ing word family. So the words I came up with were thing, swing, spring, wing, and ring. So guess what, guys? Your turn. I want 5 more ing word family words. You guys can do it. You're smart. I know you can. Have fun. Bye for now.
I like crafts, you like crafts, we like crafts, they like crafts. Everybody loves crafts with Miss D.
Thanks, Miss B. It was a great thing to see you. I am the king of ing. I sing whenever I bring a thing to the king. That work? Not so bad, eh? For an old guy. All right, next up we have Miss D. She's doing this really cool craft, and we've had some technical difficulties on this side, so her day's kind of been all messed about a bit. So I'm very grateful she got this to us, and I'm really excited about it. So this is a tree craft, and let's check it out. Miss D, take it away.
Hey guys, on Crafts with Miss D today, we are outside again. It's so nice out. Why not do crafts outside? So what we're going to do today is we are going to make a tree. So what you're going to need for this is a piece of paper with a tree drawn on it with no leaves, no nothing, just your tree. and you're gonna go for a walk either around your yard or go for a walk out into the community, and you're going to pick, not from other people's houses, but if you see wildflowers on the side of the road, pick some wildflowers, also pick some leaves, and that's what we're going to use to decorate our tree today. So you can also grab your markers or your pencil, crayons, or crayons to draw your tree base. So what you're going to need is your piece of paper, pencil, crayons, or markers, your leaves and flowers that you collected from the community, and some glue. What would work best is white glue or hot glue. Glue sticks aren't really going to work for this because you're using other materials to stick on other than paper. So I find they don't really like glue sticks. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm going to start with some big leaves. I'm going to put my glue on my leaf, because if I put my glue, oh watch, my glue's not going to work. Because, oh, there it comes. Okay, so, and you're just going to take your leaf, and you're going to cover up your tree branches that you drew. And I don't know if I got enough leaves. And you can do as many leaves or as little leaves as you want, but that is up to you, because what does Miss D say? Crafts are fun. So we're going to glue down all of our leaves first, and you might get a little bit sticky, so you have to wash your hands afterwards. Good thing Miss B showed us how to do that. Oopsie. The wind isn't cooperating today. It's a little bit windy out. Have you been bugging Mr. D with all of your great work? Have you been sending him lots of emails, keeping him busy? I would. Send those emails. Keep him busy. Hey, he likes to hear from you, and so do the rest of us. And by hearing, if you guys talk to Mr. D and bug him with all of your great work that you're doing, he'll bug us. Hey, let Mr. D know some of your favorite things you've been learning. What's your favorite video so far that you've gotten? What's your favorite episode or your favorite segment from one of us that we've been doing? Is it crafts? Is it Mr. Duhamel's Lego? Is it Miss B's word ladders? Is it Mr. D being silly? I bet you it was Mr. D eating that hot sauce. I bet you that was your favorite. Oh, I didn't grab quite enough leaves here, but you'll get the picture. So I have my leaves down. Now I've got my flowers. And this part I'm going to put the glue where I want my flowers to go, because they're a little bit harder to put the glue on the flowers. So I've got 3, 4, 5, 6 flowers. Oh, I think I have 7. 7 more to do. And take your time, and you might find some yellow flowers to put in as the sun, or you can pull the petals apart and then put them on. Yeah, you could use grass. You could line your whole bottom of your picture with grass. That would be kind of cool, because then you could see all that cool nature stuff. Let's put this one up at the top here. Last one. And like I said, I didn't get enough leaves. I should have got way more leaves than I did, but I only grabbed a few so I could get this video for you guys. So here it is. I'm going to try and show you without anything falling off, but you can add way more leaves and fill in your whole piece of paper, all your tree trunk. Oh, I'd lost a flower. And you could add way more flowers if you wanted, and like I said, you could draw sun, or you could add some yellow flowers if you find yellow flowers on your walk, to your picture for your sun. And yeah, and add some grass at the bottom. It's really up to you, because what does Miss D say? Crafts are supposed to be fun, right? So I want you guys to do this and send Mr. D a picture so he can show me your super awesome nature craft trees. All right, bye guys, I miss yous.
Thanks, Miss D. That is a great craft. That is a super duper cool craft. I'm actually thinking of doing it my own self. Maybe I'll hang it up on the fridge. It'll be great, I guess. Anyway, Mr. Duhamel's here. It's Wellness Wednesday. He's going to talk about some ways we can monitor what we put in our bodies, which helps us actually stay sharp mentally and physically. If all Mr. D does is eat sugar and grease and, brightly colored processed foods, then it's not giving really a very good gasoline to my body. If I think of my body as a car, it's kind of putting in very bad gas, and it's not going to run very well. But if I put in healthy things, then I'm going to have lots of energy. My brain's going to work better, all kinds of great stuff. So I don't want to steal the thunder. I'm going to let Mr. Duhamel do more of the explaining. So here you go for your Wellness Wednesday segment. It's Mr. Duhamel.
Welcome to Wellness Wednesdays. I'm your host, Mr. Duhamel.
Hi, and welcome to Wellness Wednesdays, where we talk about caring for ourselves emotionally, because our emotional health affects our physical health. And our physical health also affects our emotional health. Taking care of ourselves physically is really important because when our bodies are happy, we're happy. So today we're going to talk about caring for ourselves physically. And I've broken it down into 3 different categories. The first is hygiene.
Hygiene.
When we don't properly clean ourselves, whether it's brushing our teeth or bathing or washing our hands or even trimming our nails, when we don't do those things, we're more likely to get infections and get sick. And when we're sick, everything is harder to deal with, but especially stress, and it really affects our emotional health. The second is healthy eating.
Healthy eating.
And something you may not know about me is that I've been diagnosed with something called ADHD. ADHD is a condition where my brain moves really, really fast. My doctor explained it to me like if everyone's brain was a car, mine would be a race car without a steering wheel or brakes. So this means that I can get distracted pretty easily, but it also means that I can run into emotions really quickly. If something makes me sad, then I can get really sad really quickly. Or if something makes me mad, I can get really mad really quickly. When you think about the zones of regulation, if I'm green, it doesn't take much to make me yellow or red or blue, and it happens really, really fast. I've had to learn how to manage this. And one of the easiest ways I've learned to manage it is by simply eating healthy. So there are some foods that I stay away from to help me stay physically and emotionally healthy. The first one is unnatural sugars. So this could be pop or candy or sugary cereal. Now the reason why I say unnatural sugars is because there's some things like fruit, say, that have good natural sugars. The second is grease. Greasy foods like French fries and hamburgers and chicken wings and pizza. And you're realizing, oh my gosh, Mr. Duhamel, you're saying a lot of really yummy things. They are pretty yummy, so you just have to be careful of how much you eat of them. The third is artificial colors. And this one is kind of harder to detect, but it's in things like different sugary cereals. It's also in things like Gatorade and different juices and pops. And the final one is caffeine. And caffeine you can find in things like pop and coffee and tea and chocolate. So I try to stay away from these things entirely because I know that if I have caffeine, I have a really hard time managing my actions and my emotions. The thing is that when we're stressed, we automatically want to eat these kinds of foods because they give us temporary relief. But in the long term, they actually make our emotional health and our physical health worse. So these foods are okay sometimes, but they're not all the time foods. The third is being active.
Being active.
Being active is fun, but it also helps our body release stress, and it helps us feel good. I've heard people say that the more you sweat, the better you feel, as long as you're drinking lots of water, because you don't want to get dehydrated. It helps us have a healthy heart, which helps us stay calm in stressful situations, and it helps us from getting sick. So my challenge to you this week is to think of some healthy snack alternatives when you're feeling bored or you're feeling stressed and you want to eat. Things like veggies or fruit or even toast are pretty good options. Also, even if you're having tons of fun inside playing video games or binge watching Netflix, try to get outside and do something that'll make you sweat. Anyways, bye for now.
Thanks, Mr. Duhamel. Great job as always, and it's lovely to see you for our second last Wellness Wednesday. Next up, we have our word ladder answers from Miss B. Remember yesterday we introduced the gardening word ladder. I hope some of you are trying them out. I really like word ladders. I think they really get our brains to think about words in interesting ways. So here's the word ladder from Miss
Up the ladder, nowhere to go, feel the wrong, slipping under my toes. Try to catch up, everything is a clatter. Ooh, son, now get up the ladder.
With the word ladder gardening answers. So this was our word ladder gardening. And here are the answers. So our word at the bottom was flower. Our first clue says, to move along slowly like a river, take away 2 letters, take away the ER, and you get flow. Next one says, not fast, change 1 letter. Change that F to an S, and you get slow. To display something, change 1 letter. Change the L to an H, you get show. What you might take to get clean, add 2 letters. Add an ER, you get shower. Someone who buys things, take away 1 letter, then add 2. So if you take away the W and you add 2 P's in its place, you get shopper. A store, take away 3 letters. So take away the P-E-R at the end and you get shop. To come to a halt, change 1 letter. Change that H to a T and you get stop. The highest point of something, take away 1 letter. So if you take away that S, you are left with top. And the last clue says, what a flower might be planted in, rearrange the letters, change those letters around, and you get pot. So there you have it. There are the answers.
Thanks again, Miss B. And it's great to see you doing all these great word ladders again. I really like them. Next up, we have our problem of the day from yesterday. I'm going to take that up. I'll show you how I solved this 3 or 4 different ways, and then I'll show you the problem of the day. A woman has saved $15 by saving $3 per week. How many weeks did it take? Well, we need to know, of course, that the total that this woman saved was $15, and she saved $3 a week. There's a lot of different ways to figure this out. I can say 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, all the way until I get to a total that's 15. Right, so I can say 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 3 is 9, 9 plus 3 is 12, 12 plus 3 is 15. Those of you in the intermediate division might know that I could say 3 divided by 15, and I could get an answer using division. I could just know my multiplication facts and say 3 times a number equals 15. Do I know what that number is? But of course, Mr. D loves his number lines, and so number lines is what we'll do here. So $3 per week. 1, 2, 3. Right, that's week 1. I do another 3. 1, 2, 3. That's week 2. I'm at number 6, so she only has $6 saved. 1, 2, 3. I'm at my 3rd week. She's only got $9 saved. 1, 2, 3. That's my 4th week, but I've only got $12 saved. 1, 2, 3. That's my 5th week, and that gets me $15 saved. And of course, the answer to this number is 3 times 5 is equal to 15. 3 goes into 15 5 times. And here you see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times I added 3. So all my indications say it's 5, 5, 5, and 5. Is that an answer? It's not A, it's not C, it's not D. It is B. So a woman has saved $15 by saving $3 per week. How many weeks did it take? Well, it took 5 weeks. Okay, here's your problem of the day for today. Mrs. McDonald buys 12 burgers. Look at them there. Each one looks so tasty. Oh yeah, I'm doing math. Mrs. McDonald buys 12 burgers. She shares them equally with her 5 sons. How many burgers do they each get? Now the key word here is equally. Nobody can get more than the other, otherwise those sons are going to be fighting one another. So how many burgers do they each get? 5 kids, divide them up evenly. Well, now it's time for our choice board of the day. A couple small tweaks to it, so pay attention, buckle your seatbelts, because here we go. Choice board for today, we've got our typical hygiene where you brush your teeth, wash your face, brush or comb your hair, put on clean clothes, or have a bath or shower. It's really important we keep our bodies nice and clean, just like a cool race car, right? We just want to make sure it's nice and clean and ready to go. Of course, we've got some Prodigy and some Reflex. You can choose. Miss D gave us a tree craft today, so she said we were supposed to just draw the trunk of the tree. If you have trouble drawing the trunk of a tree, you can take this picture, just put your paper over top of the screen and lightly, draw around this, or you can print this off and just use this. But I thought I'd help you out. Miss D thought she'd help you out by sharing this. Wellness Wednesdays. Mr. Duhamel had a great segment today, one of my favorite ones so far. And I want to know, do you remember what sort of things Mr. Duhamel said we should only have sometimes? Grease, unnatural sugar, and artificial colors. Now he also said those are in some of our favorite foods, right? Our chicken wings, our pizza, our hamburgers. So those are sometimes foods. We talk about that a lot in school, that some foods are sometimes foods. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with some people having some pizza on a Friday night watching some Netflix. But if pizza is all you eat for dinner every night of the week, and then hamburgers for lunch, then your body is probably not going to be very healthy. Can you name 3 healthy foods that you could have instead of greasy, sweet, fake-colored stuff? The problem of the day we just went over, and here it is for reference. We have our typical grammar sheets, Epic and Lexia. Miss B was just going over the gardening answers. Here's the sheet if you wanted to follow along. The Kahoot, the Super Challenge is on. Our Phys Ed Choice Board is still here. Now, if you go on a neighborhood walk with an adult today, you should gather some leaves and flowers for Mrs. D's craft. I think that's a great idea. Now remember, we can't pick leaves or flowers off of other people's property. So if it's in their front garden, they don't want anyone walking up and ripping off the heads of their flowers. That would make them very frustrated. I know Mr. D went out to his garden and saw somebody had come to cut off the heads of all the flowers to stick them on a piece of paper. I would be very frustrated. But if those are along a sidewalk, on public property, or if they're in your backyard, then that seems to be an okay thing. We just don't want to kill the plants. We just want to borrow some of their really cool, colorful leaves and flowers. And of course, rounding out our choice board for today is our music, our drawing, our dancing, and our coloring. Those are all great things that you can choose to do from home that keep you busy, keep you learning, and keep your mind nice and healthy. Well, that brings us to the end of another fun-filled show. It was great to see you virtually online today. I'm so happy that you're still tuning in and watching us do our thing. Again, we don't have very much time left in school, so we're coming into the home stretch. So it's great to see you guys hanging on. Good for you on being, responsible and dependable and reliable. Those are all very important skills that we hope everybody gets as they grow older. So you're doing a great job, and I want to thank you. And from all of us here at Mr. D's Class Online, we miss you, we hope you're well, and we can't wait to see you soon. And in the meantime, be well.
Welcome to Mr. D's class, where we're gonna have some fun. Put on your thinking caps now, the party's just begun.